So I'm apparently just out here breaking things. I broke the piece right here that allows for this piece to move so that it'll lock and unlock the door. And ordered the new part. This is the piece that's missing. You have to unscrew this and take it off so that this whole piece comes off. There's technically 3 bolts. There's one here, there's one here, and then there's one down here. What I didn't realize, this one's actually missing the nut for the bolt. I don't think that contributed to anything. I got something stuck in the door, and when I pulled back on the door was when I broke this piece. And because it's seated in plastic, I did try to use, what did I try to use? JB Weld, and it was one specifically that was just, it had a faster cure time, but I think with the humidity, I didn't let it cure long enough, and it just did not hold. It was entirely too flexible. So I had to suck it up and order this piece, which in the grand scheme of things is fine, I suppose. But it was like $80 versus if all I needed was just like this portion, it was like $30. So I'm gonna just show you the replacement real quick. My camera keeps shifting. It's driving me crazy. So this piece right here, you probably didn't see, just had to pop out of here. There's a little side slit like the one up here. And then there's a bolt holding this piece on so that I can get to the lock. So I have to take this bolt off. And that's actually where the other bolt I was supposed to see, but it was underneath instead of where it was supposed to be to hold it on. Actually opting to go with the metal piece that was already there because it was working. The piece that came with it is like really flexible plastic, so I'd much rather hang on to the metal bracket that goes back in there. I think we're also going to see how well this holds up because this is plastic. This is plastic too, but it seems a little sturdier than this one, but it's going to work, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so for some reason on this one, I have this really dumb piece, and I don't know if it's because it's just not the right one, if it's just a manufacturing thing that was overlooked, I don't freaking know. We're gonna see how long this lasts. But I'm cutting that piece off. Okay, this thing is a bitch and I hate it. It's not sealed very well, so I'm probably gonna have to come in here with some silicone or some weather stripping of some sort. I dropped one of the nuts, so I gotta go pick that up off the ground. But I need to get the metal plate in there so that I can reattach that, and we're gonna see if it works. It's not actually very well made, but it should serve its purpose. So this whole process, I need a camera person. That's not me. All right, so that's on there. I need to get one more bolt onto here. You don't trust any part of this process. Do this way, and up and over, in, and then should be able to do that. Ha-ha. So push that down. Finally, thank the Lord baby Jesus, it has been fixed, it has been healed, but there's a huge gap right here. Like you can see my finger, that's how big the gap is. So I'm probably gonna have to tuck some weather stripping and maybe some silicone. It's nice and solid on the other side, there's no gapping, but over here there's definitely gapping. And I mean, there's no part of this that's gonna make a seal, so I'm just gonna have to create one. But it's in there, I can't complain. And then let's look at it from the outside real quick. It's seated. You can tell it's not exactly the same size as my last one. I don't like the fact that there's a gap there as well, because it's another place for water to get down in. So I might run some silicone around it, just some clearer white silicone. I guess I could get away with black. Clear is probably better. You know, I guess I could loosen up the top one, because it's not going to tighten down any further than that. I could loosen that up and put some actual weather stripping in there. But we'll see what the outcome is. But I can still get to my lock. It did fit. Okay, so I did end up making an adjustment before I had this piece on that side, and it actually needed to sit down. There's a little notch right there. So that actually makes it a little smoother, not quite so hard. And then this bolt did not want to go on, but I was able to push this pliable plastic back a little bit further to get it to eat. And I was able to get this on this side this time versus the way it was before. It was on the other side of the metal. But I mean, you can see even through here, there's so much of a gap that nothing but water and bugs and stuff are going to be able to get in. So I'm definitely going to have to come back with some silicone or just some weather stripping of some sort. But the door works. All right, she ain't pretty, but she's done. I added some weather stripping to get rid of the daylight, and I put a little silicone up at the top. So it's time to put this back and be done. Now, to see if she works. Look at them apples. All done.